As the first phase of the ceasefire in Gaza draws to a close, China has entered the debate on Gaza's post war future. It has called for swift action in developing plans for post war governance and reconstruction in the region. Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi, in a call with his Egyptian counterpart, reaffirmed support for a two-state solution and Palestinian self-rule. This comes as US President Donald Trump suggests relocating Gaza's 2.3 million residents to neighboring countries like Egypt and Jordan, an idea rejected by key Middle Eastern players. With US credibility in the region waning due to its staunch pro-Israel stance, Beijing sees an opportunity to fill the gap. But can China counter the US dominance in the Middle East? And what does its role mean for Gaza? Let's understand. Well, China has historically championed for a two-state solution while strengthening ties with key regional players like Saudi Arabia and Egypt. During the Israel-Hamas war, Beijing sent humanitarian aid, including 60,000 food parcels to Gaza, while the US faced criticism for pausing foreign aid contributions. For many in Gaza, China's involvement offers hope, but skepticism lingers. While some critics welcome Beijing as a counterweight to US policies, others fear its economic strategies, often labeled as debt trap diplomacy. Now, we must examine China's larger Middle East strategy to understand its broader strategy for the Middle East. Unlike the US, which has historically aligned itself with Israel, Saudi Arabia, and Egypt while clashing with Iran, China maintains a more flexible stance. It fosters economic ties with opposing factions, importing oil from both Saudi Arabia and Iran, while investing in Israel's tech sector. In fact, this approach enabled China to broker the 2023 Saudi-Iran reconciliation, an achievement Washington could not replicate. Beijing now applies a similar strategy in Gaza, using its Belt and Road Initiative, which funneled $152.4 billion into the Middle East and North Africa from 2013 to 2021. Following the October 7th Hamas attack, China hosted dialogues among Palestinian factions, including Hamas and Fatah, leading to the symbolic Beijing Declaration for Palestinian Unity. However, Washington's dominance remains formidable. Despite growing economic ties with China, Gulf states still rely on the US for security and trade. Even as Beijing positions itself as a stabilizing force, concerns persist, especially given its record in Africa and South Asia, where Chinese investments have sparked worries of debt trap diplomacy. So, will China's involvement reshape West Asia permanently, or is it just a temporary shift? Will Beijing emerge as the dominant power in the region, or will US allies push back? The answers to these questions will shape the region's future, determining whether China cements its role as a key player or merely remains an opportunistic actor. Follow and subscribe to Business Standard for more such videos.